Hey, it's Noble Credit. Welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about our trip to Puerto Rico and St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. This was a great trip. We're going to be giving you some tips on how to make this trip cost effective for you and at the same time be enjoyable for you and the feasibility of this trip. Our trip started at Reagan International Airport in DC. But because United was undergoing some major cancellations and delays, it ruined just about a day of our travel. So we had to get the flight rescheduled for the next day and we ended up flying out of Dulles. Even though it wasn't the best experience having those delays, we did stay at the United Lounge while we were at Reagan, and that made our travel experience of waiting and being delayed more enjoyable. So one of the things I will talk about in this video is how to get into the United Lounge for free, and especially if you're active duty military, it's definitely for free. But for everyone else, you need to have the United Club Visa Infinite credit card, which I talk about on this channel, and I have videos on this channel describing the benefits, the many benefits of that card, and also the United Explorer card, the United Quest card. So I have a video on my channel about that. Go ahead and check that out. But the United Club Visa Infinite credit card gets you into United Lounges, which I think makes your travel experience that much better. So that's what I recommend. That's what we use for this trip. We use miles that we accumulated via getting a sign-up bonus for the United Club Visa Infinite credit card, along with money that was in the United Travel wallet, and I use a United Travel hack in order to do that and make that free for me. Check out the videos on the channel to find out more about that. So this trip was largely free for us, and then in order to stay in Puerto Rico, we did not stay in San Juan. We were in San Juan, but we did not stay there. Our hotel was a Hyatt in Bayamon. So we stayed there because it was a lot cheaper. And then we just enjoyed our time in San Juan during the days. Now, we took a day trip to St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. The reason why it was a day trip is because the flight is only about 35 minutes long. So we left at 8 a.m. and then got there by 8:30 a.m. and we enjoyed our time in St. Thomas. We walked to the beach from the airport. Instead of taking a taxi, we just walked straight from the airport. It took us about 10 minutes to walk there, but we only had backpacks on, so it wasn't a big deal. The water was amazing. We jet skied out there. We got into the water, the Caribbean. The water was just amazing. The temperature was amazing. I believe that weekend, the temperature ranged from 82 degrees to 88 degrees. So while we were out there, it was pretty warm, and then the water was so warm. I couldn't believe it. I've never felt warmer waters in my life. We thoroughly enjoyed the beach. We didn't do anything else in St. Thomas other than be at the beach and be at the bar. It's the beach nearest to the airport, if you're wondering for your trip. So we definitely made this a day trip. Now, I wouldn't go back to the U.S. Virgin Islands again, because I think once you've been to one island, you've seen them all. Someone in the comment section, you guys can correct me on that. Which island do you think is better? Which U.S. Virgin Island do you prefer to go to? I was going to go to St. John's as well, but I thought that was a little bit too much. So we just ended up going to St. Thomas and then coming back during the evening. Now, what made our comeback during the evening bad is, first, we flew Silver Airlines, kind of a subsidiary of United. So we did all this through United, but we flew Silver Airlines, and on our way back, we were stuck at the airport. That was terrible. We were stuck at the airport because of delays, and then they didn't have any water in the terminal. Like, we didn't have access to any water. I'm not sure how that works. I guess it's a St. Thomas thing. So by the time we got on the plane and we're heading back, we were flushed and we were exhausted. We were tired. We'd been in the water all day, and then we got back to Puerto Rico, and it was about time to just hit the hay at that point, because it was late at night. We ended up ordering some like Uber Eats to get home and to the Hyatt, and that was that day. But St. Thomas was beautiful. The next day we went to San Juan and we hung out at the beach once again, and we just enjoyed ourselves. It was a resort, and while we didn't stay at that resort, we enjoyed the amenities at that resort. So that's another hack that you can do. You're allowed to enjoy resorts because you can just walk in and no one's going to question you. You can be in their pool. So that's one of the things that I'll recommend. But Puerto Rico was beautiful. St. Thomas was beautiful. And I definitely recommend this trip. In order to make this cost effective for you, I definitely recommend staying not in San Juan, even though staying in San Juan is going to make this trip probably more enjoyable of an experience. But where we stayed in Bayamon, it was only about 15 minutes Uber ride, which in Puerto Rico was very cheap for some reason. Not sure why. Uber was just cheap. So we Ubered from where we were in Bayamon to where things were going on in San Juan and those places near the beach. United opened up a brand new lounge, and here is the tour of that lounge. Now, I've already recommended the United Club Visa Infinite credit card, but I also recommend getting the Hyatt credit card. The sign-up bonus that you earn on the Hyatt credit card is going to be used to fund your stays in a lot of really nice places. And I definitely recommend diversifying your credit cards, because when I was trying to use Hilton and Marriott points, it was a better deal to use my Hyatt points for Puerto Rico. So overall, great trip, cost effective. It was pretty much free for us. We had some delays, but we didn't let that ruin our good time. We made the most of our experience. We hung out in San Juan. We explored the local spots and non-touristy sections of Puerto Rico. We did a day trip at St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. Oh, and you don't need a passport for any of this. You can come straight from wherever you are in the U.S. and make this trip. No passport needed. And we got to stay in some United lounges. We used the Priority Pass lounge in San Juan on our way to St. Thomas. I thought that was good. So we didn't even have to pay for breakfast that day. The breakfast was pretty good from the Priority Pass lounge. So we did a good job. On our way back, we got stuck in Newark, New Jersey. And so I got to experience a few different United lounges. There were two. And this one that I'm taking a video of, this is their newest one in that terminal. So if you are interested in taking a trip like this, highly recommend you have the Hyatt credit card, link in the description box below, and the United Club Visa Infinite credit card. And if you need to top off your points, I think you should have the Chase Sapphire Reserve as well. Link in the description. Like, comment, subscribe. Enjoy the rest of the video for the newest United Lounge in Newark. If you have any questions about anything I went over in this video, go ahead and throw it in the comments. I will answer. I answer every comment. So let me know if you have any questions about costs, about bookings, about best ways to travel. That's what I'm here for. That's what this channel is here for. It's noble credit. Share this channel with someone who you know is thinking about going to Puerto Rico soon. Out.